Hey everyone, Maestro here. I am the football enthusiast. Hope you're all doing well. Alright, real quick before I get into today's video, today's topic, which is expectations for Arsenal in the following season. This video was originally planned for me starting a new series on the channel, a series in which I go through selected teams in Europe and give my opinion or opinions on what I think that team should do in the transfer market, arrivals and departures within the market for their team, for their roster, to improve their squad so that they can be a better team next season. And also, with those improvements, what should be their realistic expectations for the following season to consider that season a success. That was the original plan, but I was going to start with Arsenal, but I just kind of realized, especially with the Rice transfer yesterday pretty much being confirmed, Arsenal are pretty much already done in the market. So me making this video about what moves they should make in the market is kind of silly because they've already done moves and they're pretty much already done. I say pretty much already done is because Arsenal have essentially already spent around 210 million, around that. Kai Havertz, 65 million. Declan Rice, 105. Jurrien Timber. Now I know he's not technically an Arsenal player, but with the reports that just came in an hour ago, he is pretty much 100% coming to Arsenal. Like, it's pretty much imminent for around 36 million. And that ranges around 206 million pounds. Now, we could spend maybe 20 million more, something like that. Maybe run up to 50. But essentially, these are the three main transfers that we will make. We won't be spending any more, most likely. Because, well, it's Arsenal. I know people think that we're now money juggernauts. No, we are not money juggernauts. Okay, we are Arsenal. 250 million is insane for us. We will not be, I know my team, we will not be spending a lot more than that. If we do buy anyone else, it won't be a huge price tag. So I thought, scrap that series for now. I'll leave that series for maybe tomorrow, after tomorrow, for different teams. And I'll just talk about Arsenal and their expectations with these transfers. All right? I'll just talk about the side of the video where I give my thoughts on what will be considered a success for this team now with these transfers. And that's the point of this video. And the reason why I'm making this video is because, and about Arsenal, is because it's a topic right now within social media. On TalkSport, on different outlets, different news outlets, on Twitter, YouTube, etc. I'm hearing a lot of chatter about what our expectations should be. And I'm hearing a lot about how our rival team suggests that if we do not win a major trophy, i.e. the Premier League or Champions League, it is a failure of a season. That is what I'm hearing from a lot of rival fans, especially on TalkSport in general. That's what they're saying. And I want to talk about that. Do I agree? Do I disagree? And if I do disagree, what do I think our expectations should be then for a successful season? So just right off the bat, I disagree wholeheartedly. I disagree. Even though we've spent a lot of money, we are still not in the stratosphere of Manchester City. Now, you could say, well, hold on then. That's your fault. Because you've spent more money than City in the last 2-3 years. Or something like that. Here's the thing about that. Our City's team, yes, okay, in the last 2, 3, 4 years, we have spent maybe more than City. But the issue with that is that City's team, they've invested in this team a long time ago. Okay, the money they spent all those years ago, the billions they've spent all those years ago, from when Pep joined or just before he joined to now, they're still getting the fruitions of that. That's still valid to this day. You know, so let's say City spent around 250 million in the last 2 years, or last 3 years, and we spent around 400 million. We spent that 400 million being at the bottom. Do not forget how bad Arsenal were. So we spent it from the bottom. City spent the 250 million already being at the top. So it's silly to say that we should be above City because we spent more money than the last 2-3 years. City spent money from years ago that's still helping them to this day. So that argument is invalid and silly. And like I said before, in general, City are just a much better team. They still are. They wanted Rice. I get that. We got him. They're still better. They lost Gundogan. They're still better. They just are. They got De Bruyne. They got Haaland. They got so much more. But most importantly, they got Pep Guardiola. You know, that is my biggest fear. For me, they could lose any player, and I think they'll be fine. If they lost Guardiola, I think that's where the issues arise for City. So with that being said, I don't think it's fair to consider only a Prem is a success for Arsenal. Now, if City play terrible, alright, then yes, then that is a failure. Because it's not just about finishing high, it's about playing good football. If we finish third but played amazing football, I would be happier than if we finished second but played bad football. You know, we finished second, but everyone was terrible and we were bad too, and we were just the best of a bad situation. That sucks. Being third but also playing great football, it's like, oh, you were third and not second first because they were also amazing. That is better because you're playing great football. All right. So my expectations, what I think are realistic expectations for success, and look, I'm not going to be soft here. I'll be a bit. I think this is a bit harsh. I want second place. Firstly, in the Premiership, I want second place. A confident, strong run in the Premiership, finishing confidently second. All right. Now, this could change because we don't know what's going to happen with Chelsea, United, and other teams and their moves. But with right now, what is presented to us, this information right now, with the moves we've made, I want a confident second place finish at least. Number 2, I want strong, solid improvement within everyone. I want Saka to continue to grow, Martinelli to continue to grow, Odegaard to continue to grow, Saliba, Gabriel, everyone, Ramsdale, and of course our new signing in Declan Rice to continue to grow. I want development for them. Timber is coming in. He's also young. We are a very young team. We're getting younger and younger by the second. I want growth, and I also want growth from Arteta. He does make certain mistakes. I think his timings of certain subs is a bit of an issue. I think he doesn't. There have been times in the last season where he wasn't quick enough to make a certain decision, and when he did, it was too late, and it already costed us. So I want him to improve as well. Those are the 2 things so far. Strong second place finish, great development. Number 3, we are in the Champions League for the first time in a long time. I want a strong, successful, respectable run. Now, what does that mean? Just great football. All right? If we finish second, but we still played great football, that's fine. If we finish second, but first weren't really that much, I'm disappointed. And then we go to the knockouts. If we play in the run of 16 against Bayern Munich or Man City or just some amazing team and we get destroyed, I'll be extremely disappointed. I don't care how much better than they like say Bayern get Kane or we play against City. If they destroy us, that's a huge disappointment. I want a respectable run. On paper, I want minimum quarterfinals. That's what I want on paper. But I am aware on paper it's not really fair. If we finish first in the group stage, we could still get a tough draw in the round of 16. Like I said before, we could still get maybe Bayern. Maybe they stumbled in the group and they made it to the round of 16 and we're playing them. We finished first, they're second, but we're still playing them. And they have Kane and they kept Kimmich and they kept Neuer and they just bought Kim Mon-jae. They improved all around. Tuchel's settled in and they're looking like the best competitors for Man City. If we get knocked out in the round of 16, it's not bad if we played a good game. That's fine. Just to clarify, a good, respectable run. That right there, those 3 things, a strong, respectable run, maybe quarterfinals, or if the 16, but if we get knocked out in the 16, I want a good, strong game. But yeah, quarterfinals, that would be great. Premier League, minimum second. I want second place with what is presented to us right now. The moves that we've made compared to other teams, I want second. And finally, development. Continue to grow. That are my expectations, and I think that is fair to consider this season or the following season a success. I think that's fair. Now, real quick, FA Cup, Carabao Cup, you might be wondering I didn't mention them. I couldn't care less. Like, the FA Cup is something. It's not nothing. It's there, okay. Like, it's part of the treble. Like, for example, City couldn't win the treble if they didn't win the FA Cup. So, of course, it means something. Could not care less about the Carabao Cup. Okay. If we win it, alright. If we lose it, alright. Let's just move on. I don't really care. So I don't care about those 2. They don't really worry me. I think we're also playing in the Community Shield. Also don't care. Get the Community Shield. So those are my expectations for. If we do those 3 things, it's a success. Anything less than those 3, it's not a success. I want all 3. I want all 3. Of course, if we win the Premiership but then play crap in the Champions League, then that's fine. But you get what I'm trying to say. Now, real quick, one final thing. What's our ceiling? So that for me is the minimum of a success. How far can Arsenal go? I'm gonna just be out with it. How far is the Premiership and the Champions League? Let's start with the Premiership. We were very, very close last season. If City slip up again like they did this last season, I think we win. I think this time we pull through. We don't ball it, and we win those important games in the end. We beat the Newcastles of the world. We beat the Man City at our home of the world. All these just annoying teams. We beat those teams and we win the Premiership. I think if City play the same way. So with that being the case, it's possible City could also drop. That's our ceiling. The Champions League. It's a knockout tournament. How many upsets have we seen in the Champions League in the last 20 years? It happens quite a bit. Not a lot, but like it happens. Chelsea just won it recently. Look, Man City won it last year. They were easily the favourites. But the 2 years before that, Real Madrid and Chelsea were not the favourites. They both won it. So our ceiling is also the Champions League. That's our ceiling. But not both. Not both. I don't think we can win both. I don't think that's possible. I think our team is too young, too inexperienced to do that. And I do worry about our depth. I know Havertz is a great addition to our depth. Juri and Timber too, but on the wings, etc. Trossard's alright, but I worry about Saka's, just in general, the depth, I'm not crazy about it. And of course, I do worry about Havertz. He might not even be good. We'll see. But yeah, look, that is the video, guys. Those are my expectations for the season. I think saying that we should win the Premiership is ridiculous. It's insane. And it's not fair. But I mentioned those 3 things just to once again finally sum it all up. If we don't see progression within the team, if we don't get a good convincing league finish in second, if we don't get a strong, respectable run within the Champions League, I will be disappointed and I will consider this season a failure. That for me is the minimum. Sky's the limit, but that's the minimum. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please leave a like. I will start my new series soon where I go through each team in Europe. Not each team in Europe, but select teams in Europe and give my opinions on what will make those teams much better for the following season, in what moves they can make in the market. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe for more. Have a great day, and as always, please take care of yourselves.